Hey guys, so I want to talk about the Africa Forward Summit that was happening, and there's a lot that happened. First of all, I believe it showcased a lot about this country, which is always a positive. I mean, whenever this country is in the global eye, it's always a plus for this country, and let's not dispute that. And whenever you see a lot of world leaders coming together in your country, and they bring in a lot of businessmen, this entourage, they don't just come presidents. They come with investors with them and look at opportunities that they can invest in. So which is a good thing for the country. And let's go back and talk about France. And we can talk about France as a colonialist. It colonialized a lot of countries in Africa. But I think that's the wrong way to look at it. We have scars as Africans. I'm not talking about Kenya because Kenya it was the British, but we have scars as Africans that will not go away. And we might dispute some of the things, that happened before and after, most African countries, we gained our independence. But let's think about Africa right now. And what do we need as Africans? We need to come together. So whether it has taken a colonialist, being France, to bring us together, 30 heads of state out of 55 is not a small feat. That's a big feat. So, and I was listening to some of the discussions that I love the fact that, African leaders, addressed each other about the needs of this continent in terms of, for example, investing in our own regional banks like African Development Bank and other institutions that are there, financial institutions, instead of depending on the World Bank and IMF, because we are the ones who know our problems. And there's a lot that that was discussed during the summit and showcased during the summit. And behind the scenes, I saw a lot of negativity, I would say, especially during I saw some demonstrations that happened, talking about the evil things that colonialists, and not just the French nation of France as a nation. But I have mixed feelings about that. As Kenya, this is an opportunity for, they talk about, of which I know it exists. They talk about all these foreign entities, funding all these activists. Activism has been a big thing in Kenya. And do we do it right? I believe most of the time we do, but of late there's been a lot of activism that we don't really understand, and that's what I assist. Doesn't boil well with me, because what does demonstrating and pointing fingers at France help me, who's busy, trying to define and trying to put in check the government when it comes to the finance bill, when it comes to what it's providing for me in this. We have our own problems right now, and we can't put the shoulders of problems for other countries of the world on our shoulders, And with as Kenyans, I know Kenyans were very smart and we're very learned and all that, and we not assume, but we look at ourselves on the global map. We love the attention as Kenyans, negative or positive, we love it, and that's a fact. You look at how active we are on social media, and how do we use that is what sometimes doesn't sit or boil well with me. And mind you, that's a luxury that we're having. Trust me, we fought for this, but it has been generation after generation that has led us, and a lot of fights, a lot of blood that has let us have this freedom that we have in this country. So it's something that, that truly is not necessarily, okay, I'm not gonna say a luxury, but let me say it's a right that we have. Like, the freedom is a right, but a luxury in terms of how it's implemented in most, I would say, regional and African countries. So how we portray ourselves, for Western countries, they have achieved a lot. They are first world countries. They are citizens. They have citizens from different types of places in the world that come to their country, and they become citizens from migration and other, work and everything. And some of these grievances they have, they can actually relate to them, because for them to be immigrants, probably there was war in their country that was started by maybe the nation they are in, or nations that are affiliated with them, which makes sense, But what do we have to benefit by demonstrating and telling the French president that we don't want you here because you colonized Africans? Fine, it happened. I always say history defines the present, and the present defines the future. So we are where we are right now because of history, but how do we write our future from here? It depends on the present. So let's be very careful about our present, and let's think and take opportunities that are presented to us. I believe the Western world right now, the economies, look at the economies that are not growing. The only economies that are growing are African economies. And it will take our African leaders, there's a tipping point, it will take our African leaders to make decisions, to have more meetings like the ones they're having, and converse every single time about the trajectory of this continent. Most investors in Western countries, they will come to African countries because the returns are higher than in Western countries. Most Western nations will come to African countries to want to invest their money. As much as we hear about recessions in their country and all that, they need that extra dollar, and the only way they can get that extra dollar is invest in Africa. So we have an upper hand. How are we going to use that upper hand that we have? That's the big question. That's the bigger question. And we need to take a step back as the citizen of this continent and deal with our own problems that we have at present that we can control. The xenophobia that's going on in Africa, poverty, unemployment, the number of youths are rising every single day, and they need to be employed, and we don't have the mechanisms or the capacity to absorb all those youths in this continent. So we need investors to come in, but we need to show them that we really want them to come in to invest their money, so that we can employ these young people that are being born. when it comes to mortality rate, Africa has like the highest mortality rate. You know, I was reading somewhere that by 2050, 25% of, or no, 19% of the world population will be from Africa. By 2070, it will be 25% of the world population will come from Africa. So where do we position ourselves to absorb all this workforce that's coming in? Is for us to embrace some of these investment opportunities that are coming up. So, and I'll also address the issue of the celebrities who got a lot of backlash because of, attending the summit and, hosting Macron and, all these other leaders. People are like, oh, you're rubber stamping the president's government and all that. Does it really matter? I mean, patriotism should come first more than anything else. That's all I always say. I mean, if you have an opportunity to showcase your country in a positive way, I mean, imagine Sawe not going for his marathon and not be proud of the country, breaking records and not be proud of the country just because the government is not happy with the government of the day. First of all, it's his livelihood, and most of these celebrities, their livelihood. They have an opportunity to make a buck out of this summit. Of course, they'll take it. I mean, that's the whole point what they're doing, whatever they're doing. It's work for them. Second of all, it's their country. They are not there talking about the president. They're talking about cooking ugali and sukuma wiki and nyama choma and showing the country, the world that this is our food in this country. And you're there getting pissed off that this guy is doing that. I mean, really, serious. Let's get serious as Kenyans. Let's just not do things just because we want to trend. Whenever we have an opportunity to sell this country to the world, let us do that. Let us sell this country to the world. Let's be proud of our country. Let's be patriotic. So that's my take on the summit that happened. And for me, I was so impressed by how the government pretty much handled that opportunity that came on their lap. So kudos to the government, and I say it how it is. The government is doing a bad thing, I'll say they're doing a bad thing. The government is doing a positive thing, I say they're doing a positive thing. And let's talk about the government. By proxy, I know there are leaders who run the government, but it's government that, there's so many people that, organize such things, and let's all give them props. And to all the people who participated in it, kudos to all the celebrities who actually showcased Africa and Kenya. Kudos to you guys. I can't insist more on how much we need to, be proud of this country and showcase it to the world. So cheers, guys, and thank you.